The piece of plastic sitting in your wallet right now could easily be bleeding thousands of dollars from your net worth every single year. Most people view these cards as harmless conveniences, but without a precise strategy, they quickly become an iron weight dragging down your finances. Here is the raw mechanical truth that gets buried in the fine print. A credit card is not free money. It is a short-term, incredibly high-interest loan from a bank. Every time you swipe, they pay first, and you are expected to repay later. Look at this matrix. A credit card exists on a slider between a green wealth builder and a red debt machine zone. The moment you carry a balance past the due date, it aggressively slides into the red, generating profit through interest charges and late fees. The biggest financial error you can make in 2026 is blindly applying for whatever flashy card is trending online without mapping it to your actual spending behavior. To stop subsidizing other people's rewards and start keeping the profit for yourself, we have to ignore the marketing hype. We need to identify exactly which tier of card belongs in your personal matrix. Let's start with the builder profile. If you have low credit, damaged credit, or zero credit history, you belong in this tier. This quadrant chart maps out our options. Down here in the bottom left corner, we have secured cards. These offer very low reward yields and low complexity, but they are exactly what you need to rehabilitate your score. One of the most effective tools in this category is the Capital One Platinum Secured Card. The mechanism here is completely different from a standard card. You put down a cash deposit up front. If you deposit $200, your strict credit limit becomes $200. To force your credit score up quickly, you must keep your spending under 30% of that limit. Spend $50, pay it off immediately. The bank reports that responsible usage to the bureaus, and your score steadily climbs. This card locks up your cash and gives you absolutely zero travel perks, but that trade-off is required. It serves as the mandatory bridge to more sophisticated, high-yield financial tools down the road. Next is the pragmatist profile. You want guaranteed returns, and you refuse to spend hours managing points, portals, or rotating categories. On our chart, you belong in the bottom right. Cashback cards. Moderate yield, almost zero complexity. The math here is incredibly straightforward. A tool like the Citi Double Cash card gives you a flat 2% return on everything. You earn 1% when you buy the item and another 1% when you pay the bill. Another highly effective option is the Discover It card, which is famous for matching all the cash back you earn in your first year. If you earn $500, they hand you another $500. The trade-off for the pragmatist is clear. You are leaving massive luxury travel bonuses on the table. In exchange, you get absolute stress-free simplicity. For average spenders, time is money. If you aren't hunting deals, a flat-rate cashback card is mathematically your best choice. Then we have the balanced optimizer. You want to leverage your grocery and dining bills to pay for free flights and hotels, and you're willing to do a little bit of work to get there. You sit in the upper right quadrant, mid-tier travel. These cards have moderate annual fees, but offer a significantly higher yield if utilized correctly. The Chase Sapphire Preferred dominates this tier because of its travel protections and its network of transfer partners. Paying a $95 annual fee makes mathematical sense when you stop redeeming points for pennies and instead transfer them to airlines to cover flights worth hundreds of dollars. These mid-tier cards also carry deeply valuable secondary perks. Purchase protection, for example, will often cover an expensive item if it gets damaged or stolen shortly after you buy it. Mid-tier cards represent the optimal middle ground for the majority of Americans. But if you carry a balance, the 24% interest you pay will instantly wipe out a 5% travel reward. Finally, we reach the luxury traveler tier. This is the category relentlessly hyped by influencers as the ultimate symbol of wealth and status. It is very easy to get pulled into the allure of a heavy metal status symbol and exclusive airport lounges. But look at the required input. Cards like the Amex Platinum demand an annual fee of nearly $700. You are paying a massive premium just to hold the card. Premium travel sits isolated in the top left quadrant, extremely high complexity with a highly variable yield. If you don't travel constantly, that yield plummets into the negative. The card only pays for itself if you organically spend money on flights and hotels anyway. If you are buying a premium card just to look wealthy at a restaurant, you are stepping into a mathematically disastrous negative ROI trap. Regardless of which tier you fall into, the banks rely on a set of toxic myths to separate you from your money. The most profitable myth in the entire industry is that you need to carry a small balance month to month to build your credit score. That is completely false. Paying your balance in full, down to zero, every single month is the only way to play the game safely. Carrying debt does nothing but drain your bank account. To protect yourself, set up autopay immediately. A single missed payment can trigger penalty interest rates and drag down your credit score for up to 7 years. Another major trap is aggressively cleaning up your wallet by closing out your oldest accounts. Credit bureaus track the average age of your accounts. If you have an old card with no annual fee, keep it open and put a small subscription on it. That old account acts as a heavy anchor, stabilizing the length of your credit history. Structural discipline and avoiding unforced errors will always put more money in your pocket than chasing a temporary 5 times points multiplier. So, how do you make the final choice? We can map out your exact card right now. This decision tree flowchart shows the exact path. Start at the top. Is your credit score below 600? If yes, stop looking at travel rewards. Get a secured card, keep your utilization low, and rebuild. If your score is solid, ask yourself, do you actually want to manage points and travel portals? If no, grab a flat 2% cashback card and enjoy your life. If yes, count how many times you travel. A few times a year means you want mid-tier travel. Flying every month justifies premium travel. No matter which path you land on, the golden rule remains the same. You must treat your credit card exactly like a debit card. If the cash isn't in your checking account today, you do not swipe the card. Select the specific tool that mathematically aligns with your actual lifestyle. Once you identify your tier and automate your payments, the system begins to work in